Alright, went with the Rubicon Express lower control arm brackets. I had some lower control arm brackets on my JK, and they turned out great. Improved the ride, the geometry, all that shit. Alright, so You don't have to take the springs out to do the lower control arm brackets. I'm taking the springs out because I'm changing the springs from a 3.5 inch spring to a 4.5 inch spring. As you can see here, I got 2 isolators on there. I'm taking one of those off. And I'm going to replace this bump stop with the longer one and the shock. I'm going to get rid of that bar pin and I'm going to install a bar pin eliminator. But yeah, the stock upper control arms are a pain in the ass to get bolted back up. So that's going to be fucking terrible. Putting back to get that back together. It's just fucking easier just to fucking go ahead and take them all apart. I'll deal with it later instead of trying to fight those fucking bolts out. That's a huge pain in the ass. Every time, whenever I did the lift kit and I did the control arms, those bolts right there are a pain in the ass because they're fucking crooked. So hopefully with it all loose and I have it all apart, everything goes back together quicker. I didn't take apart the fucking the drag link or any of that shit like that. I'm trying not to take it apart. I'm trying to keep it all together. I mean, I should have just, last night I replaced that fitment arm right there. I should have just left it unbolted. Cause shit, I had a drop pitman arm on there and it was creating all kinds of brake pulls. So, because I didn't lower the track bar at all. But so I got rid of that, put a stock one back on there. But that's a different fucking story. Anyways, so I'll bust out the brackets, start putting them on, and then throw some bigger springs in there and all the other shit. So. Alright, went with the Rubicon Express lower control arm brackets. I had some lower control arm brackets on my JK and they turned out great. Improved the ride, the geometry, all that shit. Yada yada yada. Worth the money. I've been putting off getting these for this thing because of the price. They're always $200, but I managed to find them for $150. Shit. So I went ahead and bought them. I'll leave a link down in the description box below where I got them if you want to check that out. But yeah, I don't buy rough country shit, so I didn't go with those. But I'm gonna read the directions and slap these fuckers in. One thing I do not like, I don't know if I don't like this or not yet, but use some type of spacer for the upper arm. In one of these, okay, which is fine and everything, but this is like plastic or some shit. It's not metal, which is kind of, you know, I'd rather have it be metal, maybe aluminum, but I guess this keeps the cost down, or just being cheap. I don't know, but I'm gonna read the directions and figure out what I'm supposed to do. There's a bunch of bolts and shit, stickers. Yeah, I do know that you have to drill out that hole to what, about a 1/2 inch. Just so you can get one of these stronger bolts in to hold the bracket. So, go ahead and read this shit real quick. Alright, so there's an alignment bracket in here. You need to pull that out. I'm pretty sure we're going to reuse it. I still haven't read the directions, so. But, this is 13mm or 1/2 inch. Yank that fucker out. Hardware check, it all seems to be there. Rubicon Express has really never let me down as far as like not putting something in the box or the hardware showing up fucked up, so it's usually all good shit. So just in my little bit of experience, so fuck yeah. Alright, so I just want to kind of test fit the bracket in there, see how it's gonna go in there. And yeah, this thing I'm gonna drill this out the 1/2 inch to be able to get this bolt through it. Alright, cool. Alright, 1/2 inch drill bit, nice and sharp, brand new. And let's fuck this shit up. Not too bad, pretty easy. Now, getting it deep enough to get to the other side, now that might be a problem. Alright. Gotta make a little extension for the drill bit. Which, you know, because mine's too fucking short. Alright. Come over here. Focus. Hopefully drill this thing out straight. Let's see if this fits in here. Alright, cool. Don't want to stick that in there yet. Alright. Bracket here. Here. And then use. I guess we put this. Here like that. Boom. So the upper arm ended up going in here. Got to put a spacer up in here, run that through, and then you got to put these brackets, and there's some bolts that go back in here. So I think the first thing I want you to do is put the bolts in the back here first. That would be easier spacer than bolt. This big spacer. I wish these guys were made out of metal, but whatever. I'm doing this top one first. Hey, look at that. That washer's. Shit. It's bent. Cool. Alright. That's. Whoa. I'll make sure I use the right shit on that. Oh, wow. So all this is real loose. I got it all loose. And I know fighting with control arms. I know all about fighting with control arms. So it's all loose. I'm gonna get these bastards in first, and then start tightening everything down, and then putting the lower arm up. It's gonna be a fight. So pulling out the 3.5 Rubicon springs, and we're gonna go with the 4.5. So hopefully these are right. I haven't opened it yet. Let's see what's going on. They are a little bit bigger, so hopefully these are the right ones, man. It's not going up. Alright, so while I'm doing this, I'll replace these bump stops with some extended Daystars. Boom. Hopefully they go in. There's 2 part numbers for these things, so there's 2 different kinds. So hopefully these go in, and if they're too long, I can always trim them. So. Warning, blah, blah, blah. Alright. So they're already kind of greasy. Oh yeah, that's gonna be fun. I'll just fucking He-Man those things in there. Yeah, right. There we go. Went right in. Spring. So I'm doing control arm brackets right now, so I got the whole thing taken apart. So it's going to be a little bit easier. Motherfucker goes there. In here. I'll go to the other side. So alignment bracket back in. Start tightening everything up. You're looking at 85 foot-pounds, 60 foot-pounds, 60, you know, and 80, 85. Alright, so I got me a Terraflex bar pin eliminator kit. That's going to give me the extra inch of down travel and some bushings to go in it. If you want to know the part numbers, here they are. I'll leave links too. But the way these work is pretty much this bracket. It's going to go here, and it's going to give me that down travel right there. So get rid of these pins. And to get rid of the pins, it's going to use ball joint press. come out really easy. Okay. Our can right there. Bushings. Package. I need to press these in too. I don't think you can get these in by hand. You might be able to if you're strong. Maybe. Let's see. Maybe. Okay, yeah. Put that one in my hand. With the pin's gonna be a bitch. Here's the pin. Some more of this brake grease. Ah, there we go. Cool. Okay. And then all I gotta do is bolt up the bracket. With some pretty big hardware. Pretty nice. Alright, well that pretty much wraps up the control arm brackets. If you have any questions, please leave them down in the comment box below. Thanks for checking out the video. You guys have a great weekend. Laters.